right.
Kaguya-sama
at
Ultra
11.
Romantic, which is the third season of Kaguya-sama. Yes.
So that's the ending, essentially, their rating.
No.
It's
still going.
It's still going.
It's still going.
What?
But there was a big...
I thought it was ended.
No, it hasn't ended.
What the fuck? Okay.
Well, the manga is ending, right?
The manga's ending,
Yeah.
the manga's ending. But this was a season where there are big climactic moments happened in the anime.
Oh, yeah.
And I...
Would you put it at 11 on your list if you had a list? Would it be close to it? A bit lower, a bit higher?
I
think it's an incredibly solid modern romance show for sure, because I feel like a lot of problem with like modern romance, especially ones after like 2010, I just feel they kind of like got into a formula that was just kind of overdone. And even if it was a fresh formula or an interesting formula, they didn't really like deliver on it to make it worth sitting around for.
Yeah.
Like I personally call that the Horimiya effect, where like it's like Horimiya, it started off with this like really like unique at the time concept when it came out that was like, oh, okay, this is like kind of a straightforward yet like easy to understand concept. I can follow along with it.
You're not about to come out with a hot take.
And then it just kept fucking dragging on and on and on, and there was nothing that happened.
Okay.
Hot take.
Okay, that is not...
Apparently it's a hot take.
That is not Kaguya-sama though.
That's not no, I'm not saying that's Kaguya-sama.
I thought you were about to say, yo,
Let me make this
Kaguya-sama...
clear. This is why Kaguya-sama was good, because
No,
it didn't do that.
Okay,
it actually
okay.
kept you interested because it added so many fresh things throughout the story that is also very easy to understand.
I have a question. Why do we generally tend to hold in higher regard action, adventure shows as opposed to romance? Because I imagine on this list, it's very heavily stacked towards adventure or action shows.
Because we have monkey brain.
And we think that that's better.
And
We want to just see big man punch other big man.
Big
fair
man,
enough.
big man punch. But like there are a lot of romance shows. I mean, I see literally
Fruits
Fruits
Basket,
Basket, which
yeah.
you know,
None of these are in the top 10.
yeah, that's true. Kaguya-sama, I am very, very glad that it exists because I feel like Kaguya-sama is one of those few romances that got a modicum of popularity where a lot of romance anime, they don't even enter like the echelon of like popular anime consensus. And I feel like Kaguya-sama
Yeah, it definitely
entered
is.
that.
Yeah.
Is it my favorite romance of all time? Probably not.
Yeah.
Would it be in the top 25?
Of best romances?
Hell.
hell.
No, of anime for you.
Of
top
anime?
50?
I mean, this is going into like personal.
Yeah.
I think I've just grown out of high school romances.
Yeah,
Out of
me
everything, I think Kaguya-sama is definitely my favorite high school romance. I'm more of an adult romance kind of guy right now.
Yeah, I want adult romance more.
Yeah,
Why is it
yeah.
always gonna be
Well,
fucking kids?
I did appreciate, one thing I did appreciate about this season of Kaguya-sama especially is that the way that they decided to go about the romance was definitely done in a more sensible and mature way, where like even mature watchers of the show could appreciate it. Whereas I feel like a big like thing with a lot of high school romances is that it's very difficult for, I guess, older audiences to like really get themselves into, because either the way that the romance is done and is represented is very like synonymous with like that age group, or it's just something that they can't really appeal to anymore because they are now older.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel Kaguya-sama kind of straddled the line between those two fan bases in a pretty tasteful way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm pretty happy with
Let
this.
me say it like this: if Kaguya-sama came out when I started watching anime, this would be my favorite romance of all time. Like that's like straight up. This like I know why people love this. And watching, the biggest thing that surprised me going into like the second and third season was so it starts off and kind of like the hook is that it's a romance, but it's kind of like a Death Note kind of romance, right? And that's like hee funny Death Note mind games in a romance, and you know that hooks you in. And then season 2 and season 3 has some amazing fucking character writing, and it gives depth to these characters where I wasn't watching this to see this much depth and this many developments happen with each of the characters, and that just kind of like surprised you out of nowhere. And then that's why people really, really like Kaguya-sama. The only nerf for me is that I am now 33 and I'm still watching high school romances. And they just do not hit the same as they used to do.
That's
and that
fair.
is not a slight on Kaguya-sama. That is just...
That is a war against the entire genre.
That is just a me thing. That is just a me thing.
That's fair.
So personally, would I put it in my top 15, no, but as
It's understandable.
yeah, but like I said, if I was 18 years old, 16 years old, I can't remember how long. When did I start watching anime? fucking 15, 16 years old. This would definitely be up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of the most My Anime List
Legendary.
show ever.
Legendary show.
Legendary show.
This is
Galactic Heroes.
This is the yes, I do watch anime.
I'm not just an anime fan.
Wait,
I'm an
listen,
anime fan.
It's an OVA, so it never aired on TV.
Yeah.
No.
Oh wow! So it was being released in DVDs and kept alive by
Yeah,
hardcore
it's
fans.
look at the airing. It started in January
Yeah, that's
1988 and finished in March 1997.
Is
110
it
episodes.
fully completed?
Yeah, it's fully completed.
Okay.
I have not finished watching Legend of the Galactic Heroes.
I'm gonna say the most fucking My Anime List anime man thing ever. I fucking love this show.
Thank God.
What, did you think I was gonna shit on it?
You're like, I'm going to say the most anime man thing ever.
No.
I just had that fucking Robert Downey Jr. like, oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you. Joey's not going to say a hot
No,
take.
this is an incredibly well written show.
Is there a new version of this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I voiced in a dub.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure I voiced one in one of the
How do you
episodes.
not remember?
Yeah.
Dude, it was so fast. They were just like, can you just be some guy who just said something in a bar? So I had
Yeah.
like 4 lines
Right.
in a bar. But I
But
think
that's
I'm in
fucking dope to
but I
say
think
you've
I'm-
been in Legend of the
Yeah, I
Galactic
think I'm
Heroes.
in Legends. I don't know which. I have no idea. Maybe someone can tell me if
Yeah.
I am. I'm definitely in one of the dubs there.
But yeah, Legend of the Galactic, but Legend of the Galactic Heroes is by far one of the best space operas ever written. I think just
Does it hold up today?
Oh,
Yeah.
incredibly
Yeah.
well.
Okay.
It
Should
is.
should I watch it? Should
You,
I?
Yeah.
okay, here's maybe a hot take from me. I think you should just watch the remake.
Is it good?
It's very good.
I haven't seen the remake.
It's incredible.
Is it completely finished?
No.
Oh.
That's the big problem. It's actually funny. I watched Legends of the Galactic Heroes. I go about, I think, like halfway through or something. Stopped watching it because I was like, I get to watch the remake. Caught up to the remakes, and it's actually about the same point in the remakes, which is where I stopped the original. So I don't have any opinions on like the second half of Legends of the Galactic Heroes, but it is just incredible writing. I don't
Yeah.
know what to say.
But can you say confidently that it deserves the 12th spot if you haven't finished it?
It deserves to be higher.
What?
Yeah,
What?
I would put this in my top 10.
Damn, it's that
Yeah.
good.
It's like
This
it
just
is.
feels like the Citizen Kane of anime.
It kind of is.
It is, but like I think
everyone says it's good. No one can say a bad thing about it.
I think the one thing I really respect about Legend of the Galactic Heroes is that it's a show that's really not afraid to take its time, but in a way where because there's a lot of characters in this show, obviously, as well, because it's such a long show, but like at the end of the show, you feel like you know every single detail about every single character. And again, like I can't believe I'm going to do this, but in the same way as Gintama, it
Bro, you are literally a My Anime lister, bro.
in the same way as Gintama, in the sense of it feels like the most natural progression of how things can go.
Yeah,
And characters just make
I
sense.
You like have to have this on your if you're a big user of My Anime List. This is probably like a skill check on your profile. It's like, oh yeah, no, I know what I'm talking. Look, I got it.
Are you a level 1 anime fan or a level 100 anime
Also, like
fan?
Gintama in the same way, I imagine now, actually, because you said it referenced a lot of Shonen Jump humor. Perhaps it's more of a like, look, I'm an anime fan.
Oh, Gintama is
I know.
absolutely an anime show for anime fans.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I feel like the real appeal of like Legends of the Galactic Heroes, it might not be something as like, because it doesn't have like a lot of action.
Yeah.
It's something that is very political, very deep, very dense, but like it's it's not something you could just casually watch.
Right,
you
right, of
need to
course.
be paying.
You need to be
100%.
invested in this.
Yeah, you need to be invested in it, but
No subway surface on the side.
no subway service on the side. The thing that's incredible to me about Legend of the Galactic Heroes is that when I watch it, it almost doesn't feel like I'm watching a fictional story.
Feels real.
It almost feels like I am watching a history documentary, because that's what it feels like, right?
That's cool.
It feels like
That's all you had to say. I'll watch it now. Documentary. I'll watch it. When you say that, start that.
exactly. It almost feels like you're watching history unfold of a certain timeline where something happens, and then this knock-on effect on its world makes total fucking sense, and you see different storylines of different leaders, different dictators, different people within the history of this world.
Yeah.
Things, the best way I can say is things happen and people make decisions, and this affects everything that happens in the timeline of this world, kind of like history does. When you read about, hey, this guy called Genghis Khan just appeared, and then he decided to do this, and then this had a knock-on effect. It kind of feels like that kind of like real life lore.
It's in a lot of ways similar to Dune, where like the universe, the universe surrounding the story is so succinct and so well thought out.
Dune, so.
It's so well thought out that when one thing, as Garn said, it's like a chain reaction. When one event happens in the story and these characters react, it makes so much sense to the viewer. They're like, oh, of course they would react this way.
So, one of my favorite scenes last thing I'll say, one of my favorite scenes in anime is in Legend of the Galactic Heroes, where it's just these two characters have just been built up for like seasons upon seasons, and then they finally get to meet.
I know exactly what scene you're talking about.
They sit down for a cup of tea, and I'm like, holy shit, this is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
And they just debate philosophy. And I'm just like, this is sick. This is sick.
That's why it's the goal.
All right.
It's like in Fate. You like that scene in Fate too?
Oh, when they're walking around in circles talking.
When they're all sitting down drinking.
Yeah.
Oh,
but this is like, imagine that scene, but when you've had like 50 episodes worth of build up.
All right. So we higher is what we're saying.
Yeah. It deserves it.